I'm Dick Eastman. I do write a genealogy newsletter or blog, whichever term you wish, and have a few thousand readers. And as a result, I get to go to a lot of conferences and see a lot of things and talk to a lot of people. My favorite topic is technology, and that's been the big emphasis, the big change for the last 10 years or so, and it's still changing. A few years ago, we talked about genealogy software you run on your desktop computer, your Windows, Macintosh, whatever. And now all the big buzz seems to be mobile computing devices. In the past, you do research someplace, you go to a library, or you log online, particularly when you're out to an archive or someplace, look at a paper document, then you had to run home, enter your data, and many times you're in the archive, you say, maybe I've already got that, or maybe this person connects to somebody I've already know about. You had to go home to verify it, because that's where your computer was. Today you take your data with you, and we're connected online everywhere, so all of a sudden research is easier, looking up references from other sources is easier, the quality of the software has improved. You don't have to spend 3 hours searching for something. The search mechanisms and algorithms are better, and whether the data is stored inside the laptop or tablet, or whether it's in the cloud, as they say, on the internet, is almost irrelevant. The information is available to you when you want it and where you want it, and that to me is the exciting part. I am the techie. I've spent my life in the computer industry, so I go first for all the techie blogs. And second interest, assuming I have the time, I always go for the ones that cover the geographic areas and the ethnic groups where my ancestors were. But overall, the blogging industry, if you will, that technology, I think, has revolutionized genealogy in many ways, because there are some very talented people out there who are experts in a very narrow area. I search 1 or 2 counties in Maine, and if you look back a few years ago, there was no good publishing platform for those people. And yet those experts were there. We just didn't know about it. Now they can publish on a blog at very low expense, usually about 0 expense. They can publish easily. And those of us who have an interest in that particular specific topic are better served. It's a great service for us. It's relatively easy now, be it on Ancestry.com or any of a number of other websites, to publish what are your findings and to share them with your relatives, and in some cases it may be relatives you never met. I'll tell you a great success story that didn't help me, but it helped a distant cousin of mine. I had a lady who published her genealogy as she knew it on Ancestry.com, and it was only her children, herself, her husband, her parents, and her grandparents. But it had their last names, and I looked at it and I recognized the dates, and it turns out her grandparents were my aunt and uncle. It didn't take long for me to figure out who this was. There was a lady actually I had never met, although I knew her father quite well. So I sent her an email message through the system, and I basically said, "Are you the person I think you are?" And I told her how I fit into the family, and she responded back and said, "Yes, I am." And I think she said she'd been doing genealogy for 3 weeks or something like that. And I said, "Would you like to have all of your grandfather's ancestry back to France in the late 1500s? So yeah, okay, it didn't benefit me a bit, but I was able to help somebody else. Without the electronic publishing, the low cost of entry, that never would have happened a few years ago. Today, it's simple. You can hear 1,000 other stories that are very, very similar.